let's look at how to plot bar charts, particularly the difference between stacked bar charts and clustered bar charts. They seem simple, but there's a lot of options and you can really create very appealing graphics if you know where to look. Okay, so let's get some basics out of the way. Now, here I have data. Basically, it's a 2x2. You know, people maybe this is the voting data. People who voted yes, 66%, and the full population is 100%. And another for we're gonna plot another series later, but it's not really useful here. But it's icon data. Yes is 53%, and the full is also 100%. So if we just plot a simple bar chart, and let's look at the two types. Insert. If I insert a cluster bar charts, this is what I get. And again, very self-explanatory. The orange color is a full, and icon series happens to be the first, and the data series seems to be on the bottom here. If you format data series, you can see some of the options. Now I want to particularly draw your attention to time overlap, series overlap. Let's see if we do 100%. Now you can see that the series, the blue bars, now it's getting behind the orange bars. You see that? Okay. Now let me get back to 0%, no overlap. Now what is gap width? Gap width means that how large you want this different series, the gap between different series, how large you want that to be. Now if you say 100%, okay, let's look at that. This is close, so it means that this gap is about 100% of each of the bar width. Okay. Now if you want to increase to 200%, they're just getting further apart. Okay, so that's the two options. Now this series overlap is interesting, right? So you can literally hide or combine these two. Now how do you make this blue bar in front? So in order to do that, you need to select the data, click on any of the bars, select data, right click, and you can actually adjust the sequence, right? So let's say the yes series, I want to push it down. Now you can see the blue bars are in the front. Okay, keep in mind we are still doing stacked. Okay, so sorry, we are doing clustered. So a stacked one, if you they would stack on top of each other. That means that, say, this is full 100%, and the data and the icon would be on top of it. Okay, so for our purposes, we do not want a stacked bar chart. We want a clustered and overlap together. So let's go back, change data chart type, column. And this is the original bar charts. And now let's after we solve this basics, let's actually focus on how we get this data series and plot them together. So what I would do is start a new. I'm just going to delete that. Now we just have this first series, and we select insert. (2D) bar charts. Okay. All right. Now you can see something is going on. Full and yes, 100% are separated. So that's because it's considered two different series. So in order to do that, we want to switch bar and column so that now the yes and full are considered one series. Now we can format data series, overlap them. All right. And of course, we use the old trick we just talked about. We select data and resequence them. Now they are on top of each other. Now let's change the shape of this too. Okay, so as we did earlier, if you make any kind of shape and color, if you can insert even picture in it, what you do is Control C, Control V, and if you want to change the this full series into blue, Control C, Control V. All right, so that's the how you kind of customize your bar charts to fit your need.